Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have a food pantry haul for you. This is our county-run food pantry. You're allowed to come in twice a month. Once is a set date, and it is what they call a commodities day, which is like the government-provided things instead of the locally provided things. And that day, you get what you get. You walk through, they give you so many cans of this, so many boxes of this, so many bags of that, whatever. And you don't get a choice in what you get. You can say no to things, but you don't get to pick out what you want, like shopping. The other day is that you get to pick from all of the days that they are open through the month. You get to pick what day you need to come in, what best works for your family. So I usually try to go like in between grocery runs. When we do go to another food pantry. So when they're not open, that kind of thing, I try to make it to where we go when we need it the most, and kind of plan that out for the month. But you get to pick that day, and that day you get to shop. So you get to pick and choose what you want. So that was today, and let's take a look at what we were blessed with. This was something that the guy that was working there just threw in our cart. He's like, here, take this. You have kids. They'll eat them. And yeah, they will. There are two things we got to pick out, like two items out of this section, and they had these cheese wraps, and it is something that I've always wanted to try, but they're really expensive. So I never did. And so I thought, well, let's try them and see how they are. And they even asked me when I get done with them to let me know how they worked, because they're like, we just don't see how these would roll up. So we're going to try it and see. There are 2 gallons of milk, which I was super excited about. They also had eggs, but we have chickens that lay eggs, so we passed on those. Leave those for somebody that needs them. We could pick out a thing of meat. They had packs of wings, and then they had like 1-pound packages of ground beef. So I definitely went for the wings. I felt like that was the most bang for my buck, because we will eat the meat and then I'll turn the bones into broth. So I get a twofer for that one. Out front, they had a table of take as much as you want stuff, and they had these little oranges, but look, they're like red. So I thought those were neat. So we took a few of those. Plus we got some produce. We had to pick out 2 things of produce. So I did a bag of oranges and some lettuce. Then bread items, we could pick out, they had different shelves. So I could pick out 2 off of one shelf. I chose this and this, and then she said nobody else is taking those. Take all of them that they had. She's like, take them all. My husband likes these. He can do the low carb breads. I can't, because they still have gluten, but he can do them, and so I will just save those back for him. He did like those. And then the other shelf was just some other bread products. So I picked out some mini bagels to throw in the freezer for the kids for breakfast. And then this seeded multigrain bread just looked good. It just, I don't know, like it just looked good. My kids like those seedy breads. And then we could pick out one dessert, and she had this she was saving it back for a larger family that fits us. And so she asked me if I wanted it, and at first I was like, no, let me pick something smaller. We're not big dessert people. But then I was like, wait, I could freeze these like individually. I'm probably just going to put the whole tray in the freezer, and then once they're frozen solid, I'll pull them out and put them in like Ziploc bags. And then when it comes to dessert night, we only do dessert once a week. Then the kids can pick a piece of cake and pull it out and have the piece of cake for dessert. So I thought, well, that would work. Rather than trying to get all of that eaten before it goes bad, I can just freeze it. So, all right, that is round 1. I wanted to get that cold stuff put up there so that I could get especially those popsicles put in the freezer. So I will be back with round 2 in what to you is a second, and me as a crazy person running around putting all this up. All right, round 2 is the more shelf-stable things. So there's a shelf that's like miscellaneous stuff, and so they had these bags of flour on there. I did a big batch of muffins yesterday, like 100 muffins. I know that sounds ridiculous, but when you have 5 kids, they go through it fast. I just make, because I already have the dishes dirty, the oven on, the baking pan's dirty. I just make like a bunch of muffins at once, and then I put them in the freezer, and then the kids can pick out a couple of muffins for breakfast scramble an egg and get a piece of fruit, and then their breakfast is taken care of. So I went through, I have no flour left in the house now, or at least very little. So I went ahead and picked up a white wheat and then all-purpose for replenishing those. We could pick up one breakfast cereal. We are not big cereal eaters because if my kids eat cereal for breakfast, they're hungry an hour later. So I went with granola because my kids have been eating that lately as snack or on yogurt. We could pick up one big old handful of these club crackers. These were on a shelf of take as much as you want, so I picked up a couple of those for snacks. They have a baby shelf, and it's a take as much as you want, and so I picked up a squeezy pouch, and then I just thought those would be nice for, I may end up putting them in like the mini fridge, and the kids can have those as a drink with dinner, because my kids are weird and like prunes. There were a snack shelf and we could pick two. They had these were together and I was like, yes, please, because those are delicious. We have had those before. And then a thing of those for my kids for snacks. 2 cans of very dented pinto beans, so I will make sure those get used soon. And then 2 cans of black beans. I use these to extend taco meat. And then pinto beans, you can kind of just blend them a little bit, mash them up a little bit, and you've got refried beans. A thing of pineapple chunks that's seen better days. We could pick up 4, they had like meats, pasta sauces, that kind of thing. So I did 2 of the big cans of chicken and 2 of the small cans of chicken. I make chicken nuggets with those. 2 things of creamy peanut butter because peanut butter is like my kids' favorite thing ever. We could pick up 7 drinks for the members of our household. So 1 drink per member of your household. So the kids saw these and asked for those. And I was like, okay, let's do those. And we'll do them like for lunch or something one day as a treat. And then I picked up 2 sparkling waters. There's just like a plain sparkling water. And then this cherry lime, which is a favorite of mine. I get those at Aldi sometimes. And then she also gave me an entire case of these. Let's see here. It's 4, 8, 12, 24 of these. They are 9 carbs, so I won't drink them, but my kids all like these. They're different, but they liked them. So, if by chance they don't like this flavor, then we just donate it back and it's not the end of the world. But she knows that we like the sparkling water and like nobody else ever takes it because apple cider vinegar. Ew, why would you want to drink that? So yeah, she does that. Oh, and then we could pick up 2 non-food items, and I saw these. Smarty Pants brand is a pretty good brand, and so it's just a multivitamin, kids multivitamin, and so I thought I would pick those up. I was thinking, oh yeah, they even have the good. So one thing that you can do if you're looking at children's multivitamins and you're not sure about the quality of them, look up what vitamin B12 they use. So this methyl Coblion, whatever, is the good one. Hang on just a second. These are a cheap brand. I have picked these up before. It's better than nothing, but theirs is the CYANO. Okay, so that is one quick thing that you can check to see whether your kids or your multivitamin is good quality. Is you don't want the CY one, you want the MY one. It's a methylated version, which means that it's easier for your body to use it. And it tends to be less synthetic and more natural versions. So, yeah, just a little education at the end of your video there, is that if you can get anything that says that meth, yeah, obviously you don't want meth, but it's that first part of those words, it just means that they're broken down in a way that it is easier for your body to use them. So your body tends to use all of it instead of just some of it or even none of it sometimes, depending on how your body works. So anyway, fun fact. All right, that is everything. I am going to put this up and then I'm going to make lunch. So I thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.